Take a moment and look around. This is one of the most vibrant coral reef ecosystems in the Seychelles, an underwater world full of colour, movement and life. Coral reefs like these are often called the rainforests of the ocean. They support nearly a quarter of all marine species, even though they cover less than 1% of the sea floor. Here, Canon has partnered with Nature Seychelles and Coral Spawning International to help protect and restore these fragile ecosystems. Their goal is simple: understand how corals grow, reproduce and survive, and use that knowledge to rebuild damaged reefs. As you drift through this ecosystem, notice how each coral colony forms part of a larger community. Hard corals create the living structures you see before you, providing shelter, sanctuary, and a breeding ground for countless marine species. Though these structures may appear still, corals are living organisms, growing slowly over time. Some colonies have been building for decades, even centuries. Together they form vast, enduring ecosystems, underwater cities that can stretch for kilometers. Up close, you can see the reef at work. These fish aren't just passing through, they're grazing, cleaning, and keeping the ecosystem in balance. Many reef species feed on algae that would otherwise smother the coral. Others pick off parasites or sift through sediment. Every bite helps to maintain the delicate relationship between coral and marine life. A healthy reef is constantly busy, a world in motion. Take a moment with this healthy coral colony. Strong structure, vibrant colour, living tissue layered over decades of growth. This is what a flourishing reef looks like, what we strive to protect. Let yourself settle into this view, a quiet moment with a coral ecosystem at its most resilient. Looking around now, you can see a very different reality. This is a coral reef that has degraded. What once housed living structures is now a bare field of rubble. This is what happens when rising sea temperatures, pollution, and disease push corals past their limits. When the symbiotic algae that gives coral their colour and nutrients are expelled, the coral bleaches and starves. You can see how quickly fish life disappears when corals die. The structures collapse, the colour fades, and the ecosystem is lost. Climate change is the leading cause of coral degradation. Warmer waters stress corals, making bleaching events more frequent and more severe. Storm damage, sedimentation from coastal development, and unsustainable fishing all contribute too. This is why restoration is so important. Without human intervention, it is unlikely that many of these degraded ecosystems can recover on their own. Without living corals, reef ecosystems collapse. But there is a way forward. Across the Seychelles, teams are pioneering new methods to support damaged reefs, growing young corals, protecting surviving fragments, and studying which species are most likely to endure. These efforts bring us closer to understanding how reefs can recover and thrive once more. And when that work succeeds, the ocean begins to recover. Scenes like this show what recovery can look like. Healthy coral, thriving fish communities, and an ecosystem full of life. The initiatives here in the Seychelles, including coral spawning, selective restoration, and careful monitoring, are helping reefs rebuild. These environments are incredibly resilient when given the chance. With science, local action, and global support, reefs like these can return and continue to flourish for generations to come.